Hi friends, welcome to codewithsugi YouTube channel. So till now we have discussed about what is meant by data type, how many data types we have in Java, how the value get converted when we create a data types, all those things we have discussed. But we haven't discussed like is there any default value will be assigned if you are not specifying any value. That means if you are not assigning any value to the variable, then is there any default value will get assigned by Java itself. Okay, so that we going to see in this video. Data types default value. Okay, so if you are new to our channel and if you are not aware of what we have discussed till date, so you don't need to worry. We always used to add all the links in the description, so please go ahead and have a look on the previous videos. So for example, I am taking private integer age, something like this. Okay, here I haven't assigned any value to this age variable. Okay, so in this case we're going to see is there any default value will get applied for this variable or not. Okay, that's what we're going to discuss here. To answer to that question, yes, the Java will apply default value for all the variables. Okay, now we're going to see what are all the values will get applied. Okay, fine. So here I'm going to say data type. Okay, this one is default value, we can say. Okay, so we all know we have a byte, then short, then integer, and then we have long, then float, double, character, and then boolean. So these 8 are primitive. Okay, and the last one string or any object or any other object. So now we will see about the default values. If it is byte, then the default value will be 0. If it is short, the default value will be 0. Then if it is an integer, the default value will be 0. If it is a long, then default value will be 0. And we used to specify long with L, right? So that's the reason I'm putting 0L. But if you print the value in Eclipse, it will just print as 0 only. Okay, fine, just keep this in mind. For float, obviously it's a fractional number, so it will print like 0.0f. Okay, it will not print 0.0f, it will print like 0.0. But technically speaking, the float will be presented with help of f, right? So that's the reason I'm putting f. Double, obviously again it will be 0.0. If it is a character, here we have a slight change. Okay, so the character will print the Unicodes. Okay, the Unicodes will be like this. So then the boolean, it will print as false. Okay, string or any other object. Okay, so the any other object, obviously we're going to see in the upcoming videos. Okay, string is a class, right? So how we are creating a string variable, we will do like string, then the name. So for example, I'm just taking name and then hello world. Okay, so if you specify like this, in turn it will create a object and then it will assign that value to this reference. Okay, so here say for example, in turn what JVM will do, it will do like string name equal to new string of hello world. Okay, it will do like this, but Java will allow you to create a variable like this. Okay, just keep this in mind. Technically speaking, this is also an object. Okay, so that's why here we are specifying if it is a string or any other object, obviously it's going to return null as a default value. Say for example, if you are creating a variable like string first name, then if you are not assigning any value to this first name, the default value will be null. Okay, now I think it's more clear to you. Fine, so now I want to discuss about the character. Okay, because I said right, the character will return unique code. In the previous video, whenever we have discussed about this character data type, I haven't specified the memory of it. Okay, so now I will cover all those things. Okay, basically the character will take 16 bits memory. Okay, that is 2-byte memory. Okay, and the character will be specified using the unique codes, and the unique code range, okay, it will start from U000 to /UFFFF. So the value of this Unicode value is 0. Okay, and the value of this Unicode value is 65,535. Okay, each and every Unicode representation has its own value. Okay, so for example, this is having 0, this is having 65,535. So the same way we have different Unicodes. Here, all right, whenever we try to print this character default value, then obviously we will not able to see the value of that Unicode character in the console. Okay, so for that we're going to try some little bit code snippet to see whether it's returning default value as 0 or not. And now we will get into Eclipse to have a look on the default values. Okay, for that, as usual, I'm going to create a Java project. Okay, I'm going to say data type default value project. Okay, I'm going to create a package here. The package we used to say com.sample.learning. Okay, whatever name you want, you can give it. That's not a problem. Then I'm going to create a class called DataType default. Okay, fine. I need a main method, so I'm just selecting it and then I'm saying finish. Fine. So now we're going to create different types of variables and we will see the default values. Okay, all the variables I'm going to use in this class only, so that's the reason I'm taking as private, and then I'm going to say byte, then we can say byte variable. Okay, private short variable. Okay, then private integer int variable, private long variable, private float variable, private double variable, private character char variable, private boolean variable, private string, we can say string variable. So we have all the 9 data types. We used to call all these variables are instance variables or class level variables. Okay, these are instance or class level variables. To access these instance variables, we need to create an object. Okay, so to create object, we all know, right? We have to use the class name, then the object name equal to new, then the constructor. Okay, fine. So now I'm going to print all these variables. I'm going to say byte default value. To access that variable, we have to say object dot byte variable, right? Okay, so already we discussed all those things. If you want, please have a look on the previous video. The next one will be dot. Obviously we have to access the dot variable. The next one will be integer. Here we have to say int variable. The next one will be long. Here we have to say long. The next one will be float. Here we have to say float. Okay, double. Next one will be character. I told right, I'm just putting some star here. I will show you why I'm putting star here. Then boolean, obviously we have to say boolean variable. Then here we have to say string, right? Then this will be a string variable. So now I'm going to run this program to see the output. Okay, I'm going to say run a Java application. Okay, fine, we got the output. So except this character, we got all the values. Okay, so what we have discussed, the byte should get 0. Okay, the short, integer, long, all these should get 0. So as expected, we got the value. The float and double, it has to get the 0.0. So we got as expected. For the character, we have discussed like it has to print the Unicode, right? So we have discussed like it has to print the Unicode like this, class u then 000. Okay, but it's not printing because print method is unable to print this Unicode. But we will try to write on small code snippet to see whether really we are getting a 0 or not. Okay, fine. So I said, right, this is the representation of 0, but here we didn't get anything. We will see that. Fine. Then the boolean we got as expected false as a default value. String we got null. Okay, the same way I said, right, any other object. Say for example, I'm going to take this byte class for our example. Okay, so I'm going to say byte object, I will say. Okay, so now if we try to print this, okay, any other object, okay, we will see what we are getting here. Okay, so now if I run this, see, we are getting null. Whatever object you are having, if you don't specify any value, then by default it will return null only. Okay, that's what we mentioned over there. Okay, now we come to this character. Okay, so I'm going to say like char test equal to, so is u 00. I told, right, this is the default value. Okay, and this one will represent the 0 as a default value. Okay, that's what we discussed, right? Okay, now I'm going to check like whether default char variable is returning this or not. Okay, so for that I'm going to check char default value is 0 or not, plus I'm going to say object dot char variable, okay, equal to I'm going to say test. So now we're going to run this program and we will see what is the output it's getting. What it's telling, it's true. That means, yeah, it's returning 0 only. But somehow we are not able to print that value here. But we have confirmed that both are equal. That's the reason it's returning true. That's all I want to discuss in this video. I hope now you are very much clear about the default values of the data types. Okay, so in the upcoming video we will see about what is mean by literals, okay, or what is the use of literal, what is the use of integer literal, all those things we will see. So if you guys have any doubts in this, so please feel free to put your comments in the comment section so that we will have a look and we will try to revert back as soon as possible. Thanks for watching our videos. Please subscribe our channel for more videos like this. Keep supporting us. Thank you.